Do you think it's possible to love and hate something at the same time? Well, at the risk of sleeping on the sofa for the foreseeable future, when my wife sees this video, ask any married person and he will tell you that that is very possible. That's not my thing though. My love and hate relationship is with the great outdoors. I love exploring completely unseen places. I love going to new trails, but I hate walking.
I'm an overweight middle-aged man.
Because I do like myself a bit of 4x4 action. Now, if you want to go 4x4ing, you can get an old Gypsy and modify it up. You can get a new Thar. And if you have a couple of stacks, you can get a brand new Wrangler. What if none of that cuts it? This is called a Sherp. Now, I've driven some crazy cars in my life as an automotive journalist. I've driven some V12 Lamborghinis around the racetrack and some beautiful Ferraris in the Italian countryside, and I've gone drifting on ice lakes. This though today is going to be a top tier day, maybe beating all of them out. I mean, just look at it. For reference, you think I'm fat and large? Now obviously the Sherp isn't a conventional vehicle by any stretch of imagination. I mean, it's the craziest, most awesome little toy that I've ever driven in my life. And the controls are, well, completely different. So you still have a 6-speed manual gearbox, like a normal shifter on the bottom here, and a little handbrake down there. Well, actually you have the throttle on the right and the clutch on the left, but everything then changes because you don't have a steering wheel. It doesn't need one. It actually steers through the brakes. So these two are the brake levers. Both the sides can be braked individually. This is for the right side, this is for the left side, and you can pull it towards you. That's when the brakes apply. And if you're wondering how that actually works, well, fret not, because we will get to that very, very soon. Otherwise, you've got a pretty simple bunch of controls. You've got some lights here, you've got the wipers. The tires can actually be filled or deflated through like an onboard pressure system, and it doesn't use outside pressure on an air pump. It uses exhaust gases to do it. Now, I must admit, this was something that was really, really clever. One of those, damn, why have I never thought of this moment, to be frank? And the really clever bits go on. You see these wheels? These are actually spare fuel tanks built into them that can be individually removed. How dope is that? Now, before we get in and drive it, here is why the Sherp is here in the first place in India. It's in India as a demo vehicle to showcase to the armed forces and the paramilitary how absolutely ridiculously capable it can be over extreme terrain. Something that we have quite a bit of all around the country. Now obviously it will never be registered on the road because, well, look at it. But wouldn't it be super cool to see the army rock up in these at the border? Don't think anybody would ever even think of messing with us then. Of course, there's that little issue of how much one costs. Close to $1.5 crore, about the same as a Mercedes-Benz G350 diesel. But imagine if you rocked up in one of these, even the G with all its flex capabilities would still get an inferiority complex. So to get me to know the vehicle better, we have Alexei from Sherp, and he's going to teach me how to drive the Sherp today.
Yeah, but looks like you already know how to do it.
One might expect this to be like a big massive engine, but it isn't, right? It's a small 3-cylinder 1.8 diesel and 190 Newton meters of torque.
But these horses are crazy.
These are the brakes, and there's no brake on the foot like a conventional vehicle, and you can brake each side independently, and that's how you turn. So one side's actually braking, the left's actually braking right now.
Now you can turn
fully, completely.
Yeah. Yeah, good.
And that's the party trick. It can actually turn. It can turn on the spot, isn't it? And I'm a little lost for words, I guess, but at the end of the day, this is a different driving experience. Once you get used to it, it isn't very difficult, is it?
The advanced training would take 3 to 5 days. This including maintenance and driving skills.
Right.
So you will know all the secrets how to do this. And then the more you drive, the better you are. there is a tree, you can always close the window, make sure that you will not be
Get smacked in the face. You know where this would be great, Alexi? You know, in Mumbai, we've got very, very heavy rainfall. We've got one of the highest urban rainfalls anywhere in the world, and everything floods up really quickly. Probably the best flood vehicle, isn't it?
Absolutely.
What sort of reactions do you get from people who've never seen one of these before? Like, what's the craziest reaction you've ever got?
The lady was screaming from the ridge. It was probably 200 meters from me. I could hear it. Release it a little bit slightly, yeah.
Now that was an interesting driving experience. Right, now basically what the Sherp is an ATV, so it's not going to be street legal. Probably anywhere in the world. It does sort of make you work for the pleasure though, that's for sure. But it definitely is one of those days where I'm going to look back many years from now and tell my grandchildren and my kids about it. And I mean, where do you get to drive stuff like this on a regular basis? Definitely not in India. Maybe in Russia, maybe in Siberia somewhere, yes, for sure. But this it's been well tiring, and it's been sweaty, and it's been hot and humid, but it's a bloody day well spent.